Okay, so here's the warm-up routine as we have it on the board. We start with the joints, ankle rotation. You want to draw little circles with your toes. We want to go 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way. While you're still activating your abdominal muscles, try to keep lengthening your spine so you're standing upright without slouching. So really pulling your chest up. Balancing on that standing leg, squeeze the glutes and rotate ankles thoroughly, because when we do things like jumping jacks, it becomes very important for the ankles to be warmed up. Then we move up to the knee joints. You want to keep your feet hip distance apart, not together. We don't want to do this. Keep the space. Dive into the front gently, start slow. And then work your way around. We go 5 circles each way. You could make it 10 if there's any knee sensitivity or issues. And just rotating. Again, a little bit in to the side. So you have the ability to move your knees side to side. And we just want to make sure that the knees are nicely warmed up. So we go 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way. Then we move on to the hips. With the hips, again, pull yourself up and begin to draw a big circle with the knee all around. So don't shortchange yourself, and you want to make sure that the knee, if you could get it up higher than the hip crease, that's what you want to do. We go from inside. If you notice, I cross the knee over, and then I open it up wide, because the socket of the hip needs to rotate almost 360, right? So we want to go big and wide. Go from inside and out, and then we reverse from outside in. Eventually, I want you to do this as you walk. So if I start back here and I'm walking, step, big circle, step, big circle, step, big circle, step. And then you could go backwards, outside, bringing it in, outside, bringing it in, outside, bringing it in. So those are the hips. Then we have shoulders. Very simple, just rotating the shoulders, swinging them around to the back, and then swinging it to the front. You could go alternating like a backstroke swim. You could go forward. Just something that kind of rotates the shoulder a little bit without any pressure or force. After that, we go to the certain movements. So the first movement is the basic squat. It's a chair pose with the arms extended and then arm swing. So again, place your feet hip distance apart or wider. You're gonna come into the chair, swing the arms back and come back into the chair. Rise up, swing the arms the opposite way, come back into the chair. And you're alternating the rotation of the arms, and you're coming back into the chair all the time. This is your starting and end position. Swinging around, come back down. Swinging around, come back down. You want to make sure that your toes are lifted and you're pushing the butt back down. Bring the hips down to knee level if you can, because if you're standing up here, that puts a lot of pressure on the knees and only works the quads. We want to activate the glutes and the hamstring. Next exercise is the front bend with forward reach and a side step. So this gets confusing for a lot of people. Feet are a little bit narrower, but still apart, about 2 to 4 inches apart. Roll your shoulders back and reach forward. Once you reach forward, you're going to take your right leg out and twist your right arm towards the inside of the leg. There is no weight on this leg. All my weight is on this. Then you're going to come back and you're going to come up. If you're straining your back, you want to rise up. Then again, dive down, left leg out. All the weight is on the right leg. Twist your left arm towards the right leg. Then come back up. So you're not stepping, you're not stepping and twisting. You're twisting over the front leg, just extending this out. This way, and then this way. Okay, so that's that. Then we have side bend. Bend to the left, left leg kicks. Bend to the right, right leg kicks. Again, the techniques on the kick, draw the knee in, flick the foot, take it back. Draw the knee in, kick with the heel, take it back. You want to make it fast, explosive, but still be in charge of your body parts. After that, we have Jackson twist. Again, keep your feet hip distance apart. Bring the arms out to the side. Twist left, twist right, twist to the center, jumping jack. Twist left, twist right, to the center, jumping jack. Now you could switch on alternate. You could go right, left, center, jumping jack. So work up to a progressively faster speed. 10 repetition, alternating which way you turn, being totally present on what you're doing. Exaggerate the twist. So as the knees and toes point one, you want to really twist your arms that way. And then the opposite. So that warms up the midsection. And gets your heart rate up. And then we have split lunge with side kick. For the split lunge, again, keep your feet hip distance apart, not like that. When the legs are in straight line, it's a lot more challenging for your balance and stability. So keeping the feet hip distance apart like this, slight bend in the knee, and we go for 3 jump lunges, not really full lunges. 1, 2, 3. The back leg goes into the kick and goes right back to its place. 1, 2, 3. Now this leg goes up and goes into the kick. So for the kick, 1, 2, 3. Knee up, extend the leg and bring it back. You want to lean away from the kick. Create a letter T. Again, this all works on the hip stability. You want to keep your pelvic muscles tight so that way you're steady and you're able to load up one leg without hurting yourself. Then we have plank seesaw. So you start off on the plank. Hips are leveled, wrists are right under your shoulders. You pull forward and then you push back into the heels. Pull forward and back. Notice I'm not going down and I'm not going up. Keep those butt cheeks tight and just moving forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. You should feel your abs engaged when you're holding the plank correctly. If you're sagging low, your back will feel the strain. If your butt is too high up, you won't feel it in your abs, so you gotta find that spot. Normally, it's the hips at shoulder level, and you're just moving forward and back, forward and back. All right, from there, we go into the push-ups. So we're still doing push-ups on the knees, so you simply come down to the floor, cross your legs, place your hands where it would normally fall if you were to get up. Come down fast. Deep inhale at the bottom. Exhale up. Again, make sure that your hips are not sagging and that you're not creating a tabletop. You want to keep straight line. What helps if you squeeze the glutes tightly, you squeeze the glutes, the hip flexors are open, and you're aiming for that straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Use your breath. Inhale powerfully at the bottom. Exhale as you push up. Squeeze your abs and come down fast. So save the energy for those push-ups. Sit-ups. On your butt, You butterfly the legs, start nice and tall, and tuck the chin in. Inhale as you go back. Exhale, swing the arms powerfully to rise up. Whether you have the cushion or not is irrelevant. You could easily work up to doing 10 of these for speed. When we get heavier into the workouts, some exercises will be your resting exercises, and sit-ups is one of them. Right now it may feel challenging, but eventually you will feel like, okay, I can catch my breath while doing sit-ups. All right, reverse tabletop. You're gonna place your hands by your hips, fingers pointing forward, feet are hip distance apart. You're gonna inhale and exhale, lift to the tabletop, pressing your hips up and squeezing the glutes tightly. Touch down, come down, and again lift up. We're gonna go for 10. This opens up and stretches the front of the shoulders. Eventually, once we get a little stronger, we will begin to add a rotation where we keep the hips and we turn till this arm is parallel to the ground and this shoulder is towards the ceiling. We come down again and then switch sides. So in this position, be very mindful that your feet are not too close and you're not doing one of these, because that really strains the knees. So give your legs enough room so when you come up, your knees are at about 90-degree angle. After that, we have shoulder pass-throughs. We talked about PVC sticks. You could use a broom, a belt, or you could make this for yourself. It's not more than $5. So grab it wide, feet are again hip distance apart, and we, without bending the elbows, we inhale up overhead, exhale down, touch your butt. Inhale up overhead, exhale down. Just like that. Do not try to hold it closer and then give me one of this. We want to keep the elbows straight, locked out. So if you have to go super wide, go super wide. Eventually, as your flexibility improves and the shoulder becomes more balanced and stable, you will be able to wiggle your fingers closer and closer and still maintain straight elbows, okay? Once you get to the point where you can't go back anymore, that's where you stop. You don't want to overdo it and tear anything here. It's all delicate. So this is strictly for the rotator cuff to keep the shoulder joint healthy. From that, we place this stick not on the neck, but across the upper back like this. And your hands are not hanging, but they're just expanded. And you begin to do the torso twist. Feet are a little wider or about hip distance apart. Knees are slightly bent. And we begin to twist, bringing one end of the stick in front, switching. You could turn the head as well, or you could keep the head facing forward. The idea is that your midsection, obliques, and transverse abdominals are all warming up in this exercise. The breath is important. You always want to circulate prana, okay? Then the next one is the windmill. Keeping the same position, you're basically hinging at the hips, not rounding the back, but hinging at the hips. So when your shoulders are down, you're just bending right here. The rest of the spine is straight. Bending left knee, bringing the left arm down to the center, then switch, right knee bend, right arm down. And this is a windmill that you, again, activating the hamstrings, the lower back, and still working with the shoulders and the arms, okay? Last thing is the leg swings. We use the stick to help us stay erect and balanced. Eventually, you will be doing it without a stick, but for right now, take advantage so that you could remember how it feels. Your stick is on the right side or left side. The inside leg works, so the leg inside the stick and the other leg. So for this exercise, you want to stand up nice and tall. You want to flex the foot and shift all your weight to the standing leg. Tuck the tailbone under and begin to gently swing your leg without bending the knee, okay? So I don't want to see this. I want to see the leg extended totally straight. And we don't want to bring the torso down. In other words, we don't want to bend to meet the leg. We want to keep pulling away. Okay, so I'll show it on this side so you can see better. Again, none of this. This is a tendency, and I know you mean well, but we don't want that. We want spine as straight as possible, butt cheeks tight, and you begin to just dangle the leg from the hip joint without moving the spine. Yep, just like that. How do we breathe? Exhale to the front, inhale as the leg goes back. You could use this arm as a guide, and you will notice that with time, you will gain better flexibility and range of movement in your leg swings. So I know when I started back in 2011 with the CrossFit, I couldn't raise my leg beyond and above my hip. So I've come a long way. So I hope you find this helpful. Practice it. Do the rehearsal. Get this warm-up routine down to 10 to 12 minutes, no more than that. You got to be on point so the heart rate goes up, the muscles are warmed up, and then we go straight into the routine that we have assigned for that day. Okay, have a great week, a day, and I'll see you next time.